Hi, my name is Leonard Munson, and welcome back to the monthly astrological overview for the Sun in Gemini for all signs. I'm going to do something different. And I'd like to apologize for being late doing this because I had some problems with my computer. And I did do it last night, but I was very tired and I made mistakes. So I'm doing it over again today. Okay, you can reach me at my website, which is readingsbyleonardtmunson.net, or my email address, which is mercury524 at msn.com. Now, this is a general reading for each sign based on your solar sun transiting the house of Gemini. This is also based on each sign that it's going to affect. Now, some of this may resonate with you, and some of it will not be. And some of the things I will be speaking about will be intertwined with some predictions that will occur. Okay, so you know the deal. Like, share, and subscribe. The more you subscribe and help my platform on YouTube, I can stay on it, deliver this divine information. I'm not trying to be like anyone. I'm trying to bring my unique aspect of showing you what my interpretation of what the solar sun is traveling to, what house at the time of your individual astrological sign. Okay. Now, the crystals that I mentioned in the reading of each sign, you can purchase these crystals on my website, which is readingsbyleonardtmunson.net. And I have them in a mini, a small, a medium, and large. So check that out. Okay. Now, the first sign that we're going to talk about is Aries. Aries, your solar sun is in your third house in the sign of Gemini. And Aries, it has to do with communication. The your solar sun is in the third house, which is in Gemini, and is the house of Gemini, and it deals with communication. Okay, it deals with communication by thinking, speaking, writing, doing research, studying, short distance travel, siblings, secondary education, investigations, and research. So, Aries, you have to learn to communicate effectively. In other words, say what you mean by being direct and explicit of what you're saying. Listening is also a part of Gemini. Listening to what someone is saying so that you can come out and bring a better reply. Thinking on your feet. Gemini is quick. Okay, so it represents listening to something, analyzing it, and coming forth with a new perspective from your research, from information that you have gathered, and proven information. You can't give information that is hearsay. So, in other words, anything someone says to you about something, do your research to make sure it's correct before you speak about it to someone else. So Gemini represents the third house to deal with communication, and your solar sun is in your third house where you need to communicate more effectively. Now, this communication could have to be due in any areas. If you're in a relationship, you must communicate effectively. So I'm getting that some of you are in a relationships where there's been a communication problem and a listening problem. Let them listen. No, let you listen to what they have to say so they can express how they want to say what they need to say. Okay? And then you can come back with your analytical deduction of what all this information they have given you. You can say, well, I'm going to check that out. So you do your research. Geminis make good detectives because they dig beneath the surface. It's the art to listening and it's the art to speaking. And when someone says something and they change it, you can bring up that. Well, you told me this 3 days ago. And now you're changing again. So what are you deducting from that? That they are not telling the truth. A good liar is blessed with good memory. And Gemini, you have good memory. So some of your income relationships, whether it's a partnership, business, or an intimate relationship where there's a communication issues that you need to express yourself more effectively in a communication way. Some of you are not in a relationship. Uh, I feel that there is a communication problem or issue of giving so much and not receiving it back. So, if some of you are about to end a relationship, I don't think this is the time where Venus is retrograding in your sun sign. You need to mull over and think. As the elders would say, sleep on it. Now, the crystal stone that you need to carry while the sun is in Gemini in your solar third house is the blue agate. Blue is the color of communication. As you see, I have blue on so because I'm giving a communication project expressing what I have learned and my research to express what I feel that you need to do. So this is the blue agate. It's a beautiful blue, a pallid blue, okay? And it's lined with white. White represents cleansing, purity, prosperity, and protection. So this will help you to communicate effectively. And some tension has been around some issues of partnerships. We deal with business of any kind and intimacy with relationships, a relationship. There's been a communication blockage here. So you need to learn how to communicate more effectively. And again, you can purchase these stones on my website, which is readings by leonardtmunson.net. Okay, now we're going to go to your tarot card for your solar sun transiting the sign of Gemini, which deals with communication. Now, this card is facing downward. Some readers who do the tarot feel that when a card is facing downward, that you have overcome something. But everyone has an individual way of interpreting this. And through my spiritual guides and dream tarot, it's telling me that this is a challenge that you had to deal with. And this is the card of the moon. This card represents the astrological sign of Pisces. And it represents heightened intuitiveness and psychic ability. So, with your solar sun transiting the third house, while the sun is in Gemini, trust your intuition and your feelings. Do not go past and against it. Trust what first you pick up because it's true. If you go and try to second guess it, third guess, and fourth guess it, then you're getting confused. Pisces represents the 12th house, which deals with psychic ability, intuitiveness, and behind the scene, and also represents secret enemies. So you're going to find out people, places, and things are secretly behind the scenes plotting against you. This is the moon card, so it represents at night when the moon is full and darkness there, you have a lot of fears. So you need to expel these fears, and the sun will come up the next day and to show you that those fears are unfounded. Okay? And some of you might be having issues with your eyes and your feet. You need to get that checked out. Okay, your karma card for the your solar sun transiting the third house, and this while the sun is in Gemini, it's Mercury. It's ruling planet. Communicate, communicate quickly. Now, the physical part of your body that Gemini rules is your mind, your nervous system, which your mind is part of that, your shoulders, your arms, your lungs, and your hand and eye coordination. So there may be some issues in these areas that you need to get checked out. And the card is said spiritual is saying, be the awareness, okay? So that awareness of communication, okay? And we talk about your tarot card is in Pisces. Trust your intuition and your feelings. And in your physical aspect of your karma card, it represents many thoughts about or from. So Mercury gives you the thinking, intellectual. You think first and then put the emotions secondly. And the physical part use words, many words. But remember, words have power. It can uplift, it can bring something down, it can encourage, and it can bring faith. So Aries, I hope you enjoyed your monthly astrological crystal overview, transiting your third house while the sun is in Gemini, which deals with communication. Okay, now we're going to move on to the next sign. And that next sign is, excuse me for a minute, Taurus. And your next sign is the sign of Taurus. Okay, Taurus, your solar sun is transiting your second house while the sun is in Gemini. The second house is ruled by Taurus, which is you, what deals with money, work, and possession. And it's in Gemini, and your second house would deal issues about money. Taurus is a fixed earth sign. The fixed signs are Taurus, Scorpio, Virgo, and Aquarius. No, Taurus, Scorpio, Aquarius, and Leo. Fixed signs have a problem of listening, okay? They forge ahead and you have to give them additional information for them to change their path. So fixed signs are fixed. I'm going to do this until I get some additional information, then I can change things. So since your solar sun is transiting your second house in Gemini, why the sun is in Gemini, it deals with your money issue. Some of you are looking at your budget and your finances and related to your materialistic things. Some of you are looking at purchasing property, moving out of a smaller place to something bigger. So some of you will be buying a house. Some of you will be relocating locally or moving into another area of the country. And if you haven't done that now, you're making the plans and putting the foundation into effect so it can happen. Okay, some of you are looking at your credit score where you can bring it up higher by paying off credit card debts. Some of you want to pay off loans. I see some of you want to get a new car, or if you have a car, you want to get it repaired so it can hold you until you can buy another car. Some of you are looking to investing in areas that has connected with the earth. So real estate, any material or anything that deals with building materials, okay? I see some of you investing in that. Some of you are looking at your budget to cut it, to cut the waste, okay? And some of you are looking at in relationships that you're having with someone that is not coming together to compromise, so you're focused on a common goal. If you're going this direction and that person in your relationship is going another direction, you're not going to have anything. So you're going to have to sit down and compromise and see the big picture of where you want to be so that you can achieve this financial freedom. I also see that some of you are just getting out of credit card debt, making a concerted effort to change things, to stop the influx of money out and cutting your budget. Some of you want to save more money because of things you want to do. I feel some of you want to take a trip, okay? But you got to sacrifice something to put this money away to make this trip or to pay the credit cards down. So if you're going to use the credit card, you have the reserve when the bill come in that you can pay that bill that you put on the credit card off so you don't get that interest or anything that's coming to you. I see some of you leaving an apartment, going into a house. And then I'm see some of you leaving a house, going into an apartment to cut back because you don't need it. Some of you are retiring and you're cutting back the expenses because you don't need this house because of the expenses, the mortgage, the upkeep. If you have a loan, all this stuff that combine into it. Also, higher insurance. If you live in a development, uh, homeowner association. And I feel that some of you who are leaving homes and dealing with homeowner association, you want to get away from that. So that's what I'm picking up here. So I pick up there need to be a compromise in any relationship, partnerships, or relationship with the deal with intimacy that you want to compromise so you are both on the same page and dealing with the same interest instead of going your way and they going your way. Some of you are in relationships that you are broken off with. Are you planning to leave? But you are molding it and waiting for the right time. And these relationships have to do with issues about money. Someone might be working more, another person is working less, or someone is not working at all, and you see that you cannot have anything materially or financially stable with this person. Okay. If you're single, I see some of you are getting your act together to invest in yourself and stop investing in people other than yourself because you are bringing the dividends in, and these will other people that you were involved with will not bring that dividends in. And remember that Venus, which is the ruling planet of you Taurus, and the planet of money and 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 the finery, it's retrograding. So you're doing a lot of research, and you're going to make your decision when Venus goes direct sometime this month. Okay, the stone I need you to carry with you is a smoky quartz stone. It's a it's have a smoky color, like something has been smoke damaged. I need you to carry this for you in the month of June, while the sun is in Gemini, to help you keep you calm and bring in solutions to the money situations you're trying to get out. Okay. You can get these stones on my website, which is readingsbyleonardtmunson.net. And I have a mini bag, I have a small bag, a medium bag, and a large bag. And they're very reasonable. Okay. Now, in Taurus, you're going to look at your tarot card with your solar sun transing the second house while the sun is in Gemini. Again, we have a reverse card. When I see a reverse card, I feel this is a challenge. So you can overcome this challenge. And so we're going to turn this around, to be upright. And this is the King of Cups. And Kings represents motivation. So Cups represents emotion. So this is an emotional issue, a situation, and it deals with love. And it deals with a Pisces, a Cancer, Scorpio. Kings represents motivation. So all water signs deal with feelings, okay? So there's some feelings for someone in one of these signs, okay? So this person is motivating you to move you on in the right direction emotionally. I feel that some of you Taurus have been very drained from the last 2.5 years with Saturn's transing Capricorn, and there are lessons to learn. Hope that you learn the lesson and tearing down that old foundation. So now you begin to build yourself on a better foundation and having better emotional feelings and growth in this area. Now, your karma card for your solar sun transiting your second house in Gemini, dealing with money, and when the sun is in Gemini, this is the sign of Cancer. Again, we just mentioned Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces are water signs, and they react to things emotionally first. Okay. And Cancer representing sensitivity. Water signs are very intuitiveness. So trust your intuitiveness and your psychic ability and your feelings. But the shallow side of Cancer, what they have to learn to let things go. So there are some emotional issues that you need to let go. Emotional issues are situations that you need to let go. Okay. And this represents intuition to protect you. Okay, so your intuition and your psychic ability is there to give you food for thought to protect you from any old, outdated, or lingering emotional issues that you have holding inside that you need to let go. That is your spiritual purpose for your solar sun transit your second house in Gemini and the sun in Gemini. And that is to communicate it. And a lot of these emotional issues have something to do with money and relationships and partnerships. And the mental aspect of attitudes from the past about. So get rid of those negative attitudes about money and how you use it and learn how to use it in a way that's powerful that will bring you financial and material wealth. And the physical aspect of this resulting from the history of the past abuse of using your emotions and emotional situations about money to stagnate yourself. So the crab representing holding on and afraid to let go. So let it go. Okay. Taurus, I'm glad you enjoyed your solar sun transiting uh, the second house in Gemini and the sun in Gemini at the same time. Thank you. Okay, so we're going to move on to Gemini. Just 1 minute. Gemini. Hello, Gemini. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Gemini. Happy birthday to you. I'm not going to ask how old you are because I know people are funny about the age. But Gemini, this is the new beginning for you. The sun is in your first house of self. So this is the new beginning of your astrological birthday. Gemini ruler is Mercury. It rules the mind, the nervous system, which is part of the mind, the shoulders, the arms, the hand, and eye coordination. Gemini, this is a new beginning for you. New things is going to happen. When the sun comes into your first house of self, it represents the world is watching you. The world is amazed with you. Oh, they want to help you in any way that they can. So the first 56 days of your new beginning, go out and ask for what you want. People are willing to give it to you. People are willing to assist you, to help you to achieve your goals, to make things happen for you. Okay. Now, with Venus retrograding in your sun sign, Gemini, don't make any decisions about money, love, or anything that has to do with uh, finery are the best things. Do your research and mull on it. Okay. From the past 2.5 years, you had a lot of love drama. There were people that you were interested in, and they were interested in you. But you were giving and giving and giving and getting nothing in return. So I feel that some of you have let go some relationships and realized that these are not working for you. That right now that you want to spend time loving yourself more, investing in yourself more, and that also you don't hold any grudge against these people. You found these people have been really your enemies working behind the scenes to hurt you. So let's forgive them, wish them well, bless them, and leave them alone. Okay? So this endings in these relationships is over with. It's time for you to go forward and love yourself and believe in yourself. We have many soulmates in our life, but we have only one soul seed and our twin flame. That is the person that was born with us, that is the other half of us. That is the person that has been through us through all our incarnations. And you're about to meet that person. Okay? So you're going to receive the love and you're going to give that love out. So I want you to open up your heart, your fourth chakra, to give that love out and receive it. You deserve better and you're going to get better. Okay? When you're in a relationship, it's a give and take. When you give and someone takes from you, it's a fair exchange. It's no robbery. I feel that some of you have been robbed and you're tired of it. You've been stagnated, but now you're blossoming out of that stagnation and you're growing. Now, some of these people might try to pop back. You don't want anything to do with them. They have shown who they really are. And I feel that some of you needed some of these people at a moment that they disappointed you. You were there for them for every occasion they need something. And I feel that some of these people have some kind of addictions, some kind of problems, but you didn't judge these people. You wanted to help them to bring them out. But no, they still wanted to dwaddle in their pittiness. So you have let go of some of these relationships, people, places, and things. I feel some of you have moved from an apartment to a home, or sold a home and start downsizing. Okay? And whatever, there is some money coming in here, and this money you're going to use to invest for you for the future. You have given and given, and it's like a cup. It's full. And you give, and they're sucking you dry. So you have to set boundaries. You have to learn to say no and speak your truth from the fifth chakra in a diplomatic way. Some of you really liked some of these people, but they were stagnating you. And now you are out of that atmosphere and growing. Okay, so this new beginning is the beginning of things that is going to help you. And I see some of you are venturing in some arts and craft that you're now turning into a money making situation. And love yourself, because the tower card in the tarot deck represents divine intervention. We're given opportunity to release ourselves from people, places, and things, and we don't heed it. Then the divine will come in and bring a situation about that will wipe it out, tear that old foundation down, and put us on a stronger and better foundation. It may be hard, and you might really care and miss these people, but you know it's for your own good to grow. And we're not here to just joy around and have a great time and everything. We're all born for a purpose. So we want to build up good karma. So if we have to come back again, we don't have to come on the other side to relive this life in a negative way. Then if we put out bad karma and treat people bad, then when we come back, we're going to be on the other side of the kind of people that we treated bad. We're going to be treated that way because that's that karma to know how those people was treated. I'm going to be judged how I treat you. You're going to be judged how you treat me. And when we leave here in this physical form, we're going to go to the hall of the Akashic records, where every thought, word, or action is recorded. So we want to have a balance, not a disbalance. Okay? So Gemini, Fly out of that cocoon. You're a butterfly. You're free. Your freedom, independence. Okay? So happy birthday to you, Gemini. Now, your crystal stone for your sun in Gemini in your first house for new beginning is the green Aventine. This is the green stone, and green represents earth. It represents prosperity. It represents good health. It represents growth. So this year, 2020, you're going to have growth in a positive way in everything that you want and you love to do. Okay? And I see money coming from sources that's been pending, some legal situations here, and sources unknown, and sources from some kind of craft or talent that you have that you're going to put into use to make extra money. I see a steady understanding of money and finances and getting debts paid down and not making it. I feel you finally got it, how money works and how powerful it is. Okay, so this is a green stone. It's called a green Aventine. And this is also for you to carry around with you during the month of June, when the sun is in your sign, in your first house of self, to bring this prosperity to you. Play the lottery. I see luck there. I see some of you hitting some money from the Powerball, Mega Million, Lucky for Life, and the Cash 5, and the 3-digit, and the Big 4. So go. The casinos are open. I would go there, but practice social distance and wear your mask and glove. So I see money adventures coming to fruition for you. Again, you can get these stones on my website, which is readingsbyleonardtmunson.net. And so check it out. And also, this also has something to do with your skin. Some of you are having problems with your skin. I need you to do some scrubs. And the scrubs could be baking soda and mix organic honey up with it and exfoliate your skin. I think there's needed to exfoliate from your skin. And then I need you to take masks. Okay, you can make up your own mask. You can take the yolk from the white part of the egg and put that on your face, and that will go a deep cleansing and get a lot of bacteria out of your skin. Okay, I need you to tone your skin. One of the good ways of toning your skin is using witch hazel. Okay, I need you to take organic soap, and cleanse your skin, and then tone it with the witch hazel, because I see some blotches here, unevenness in some of your skin. Also, I need you to use coconut oil as a sunscreen and put that on your skin, your face, and your whole body. Okay, it will keep your skin soft and glowing. Okay, your tarot card, Gemini, for your solar sun transit in your first house of self is crossing you. This is a challenge that you have to overcome. So let's look at this. 5. 5 represents Leo, creativity. It also represents instability. So wherever was instability, now there's going to be movement, change, and growth. So there's movement here. Cups, again, represents emotions. It deals with water signs, Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer. So you're carrying an emotional burden that it was not yours. Okay? You need to cleanse it. You see the water here? It represents cleansing, prosperity, and protection, and abundance. So get that burden off your back this month. And it has something to do with dealing with creativity, matters of the heart, and self. So stop carrying other people's burden. It's not your burden, it's theirs. They have to change. You can't change them. So don't make their problems and issues yours because they will drain you. Okay? Now, your karma card, Gemini, is the north node of the moon. The north node represents the lessons that we have to learn in this life. So embrace these lessons because it makes us grow. Okay? The south node is what we brought in this life from our past life. So a lot of you have been running back into the south node. Come out of it, grow, and learn the lessons. Throw the fear away and come forth. Okay? So spiritually, have faith. Have faith in yourself. Because when you have faith in yourself, the divine is giving you that faith. And don't worry about what other people feel and think about you and your ideas. You pursue your ideas. And every failure is a victory because, see, you learn your mistakes. So when you do it again, you don't make those same mistakes. So this is what the North Node is trying to teach you. Okay? And the mental aspect of this, do not worry about anything. Some of you are worrying, you're losing sleep, your nervousness and tension. And I'm getting dizziness here because I just got a dizzy feeling here. So we need to stop being dizzy and stop worrying. Again, put that faith. Have faith in the divine source. Okay? And the physical aspect is now is the time to move forward with all your hopes, wishes, and dreams because the divine is bringing it to you. Again, we are here for a purpose. And we don't do our purpose, we're going to come back and we have to do the same stuff over till we get it right. Okay? Happy birthday, Geminis. I wish you health, wealth, success, and happiness. Okay, the next sign is Cancer. Okay, Cancer. Okay, Cancer, your solar sun is in your 12th house. Your 12th house is a house of Pisces. Pisces is a water sign and it's a mutable sign. When I say mutable, that means it's two fish going separate direction. Pisces is a mutable water sign. Gemini is a mutable air sign. Virgo is a mutable earth sign. And Sagittarius is a mutable fire sign. So Pisces rules the 12th house. And the 12th house is a house of secret enemies, behind the scenes, institutions of all kinds. It's also the house of psychic ability and intuitiveness. So your psychic ability, Cancer, and your intuitiveness is heightened. Even though you're a water sign and you're intuitive anyway, but it's more heightened more. So you need to pay attention to your intuitiveness and your feelings. The 12th house represents endings and letting go. So it's a time for you to let go of things that's not work for you with your solar sun transiting your 12th house in Gemini, which is the sun is in Gemini. So there has been Gemini rules communication. So there's been a lot of communication from the spiritual world or the psychic world that's been given to you through your dreams, through symbols, your animal totems, spiritual totems, and you need to pay attention to this. Okay? You need to let go any form of communication that has not been working with you. Okay? That is outdated. That is not sufficient. Okay? So you need to communicate better. And it's the 12th house is the house of secret enemies. So you're now being exposed to people who have been plotting against you and groups and organizations that you have to deal with. Now, some of you might have been having some psychological problems that you need to go out and find healing that deals with psychotherapists, counseling, a psychiatrist, or a psychologist. Okay. I feel that some of this has been hidden because you haven't been able to communicate this effectively uh, to the people that have done this to you. So confront these people and use your truth from your fifth chakra. Okay. But do it in a positive, a diplomatic way to keep from bringing anger that's already there into the situation. So I need you to learn how to let go and communicate something. And once you do that, you're healing yourself, you're bringing forgiveness to yourself, and also accepting the responsibility that you may play a part in this, knowingly or unknowingly. Okay? All right. So just get this negativity about not communicating effectively out of your system. Okay. I feel that some of this has something to do with family members, close friends, acquaintances, and associates that you've been holding a lot of things in, and that I feel that feel that these people have not been to your highest good. So I need you to release this to heal, and you're holding a lot of this in your solar plex, so you need to let it go. Okay, so this is the ending of things. This is the 12th house represents all the astrological signs in the 12th house. So let go of these negativities in the form of communication where the sun is transiting your 12th house in Gemini, in the sign of Gemini. And this might have something to do with money too and love. Okay, but Venus retrograding too, it will be going direct sometime the end of this month. In this month, I don't know the exact date, but when it goes direct, you'll be letting all this problem that you have with communication, secret enemies, and people operating behind the scene are being two-faced to you. You're seeing as they are. You can't look at a person from their physical aspect. That's a cover of a book. You have to open the book to read the table of contents and the chapters to see who the real person is. So you're looking at people now and you're opening that book and you're seeing the spirit of the person and you don't like what you see. So remember, the spirit is the person. If that spirit is not right, that person is not right. Okay? Now, the crystal that I want you to carry for you while the sun is transiting your 12th house, your solar 12th house, in the sign of Gemini is the tiger eye. This is a dark brown and a caramel color stone. I want you to carry this with you while the sun is in Gemini to help you to communicate and release this blockage and forgive and and heal. Okay? And you can get these stones on my website, which is readingsbyleonardtmunson.net. It will be an assortment of stones that you might need now or in the future. Also, the tiger eye has something to do with the lower intestines. And again, I want you to get some organic castor oil and heat it up, heat this, and massage those areas because that's blockage. That solar plex is blocked and it needs to be unblocked. Okay? Now, in your tarot card for the month, with your solar sun transiting your 12th house in Gemini, while the sun is in Gemini, what deals with communication, as one of cups. One, what do one represent? Renewal, new beginning, initiation, action. Cancer. Cups represents emotions, emotional situations, or love. So this deals with a Pisces, a Scorpio, or a Cancer. So it deals with you. This is the Ascaric. This is the ancient Egyptian beetle, Ascaric. And it represents power. You have strong emotions. Unblock it and let your emotions be a product of good for you to help you grow. Okay? Now, Trust your intuition and your feelings, because that is the scarab beetle from the ancient Egyptian. In their time, it represents a person of power. So that power is here. So it's also telling me that this is one of your spiritual animal totem. So you need to ask for assistance from them. Okay? Again, those who with the emotional issues, because Pisces represents healing, continue to go to this counselor, this therapist, the psychiatrist, a psychologist, and your emotional issue will be healed. The healing is starting now with your solar sun transiting your 12th house in Gemini, and the sun in Gemini will deal with communication. And then your karma card is in Taurus. Taurus represents anchoring yourself. It deals with growth in areas of money, work, and possession. Okay? And it deals with your beliefs. So your beliefs are changing. Some of your beliefs are outmoded or does not serve you now. So that's why you got to let go of it all, because you're communicating with yourself and what you believe, what you want to do, and not what other people want you to do. Be your authentic self. That's your spiritual aspect. Now, in your mental aspect, the course. The course is that you're going to suffer more and holding this stuff in. Bring it out and release yourself and heal. The physical aspect of it, use the most direct way, but in a diplomatic way of bringing it out. Okay, Cancer. I hope you enjoyed your solar sun transit in your 12th house in Gemini while the sun is in Gemini. Okay. Now, the next sign will be Leo. Excuse me for 1 minute. Leo. Okay, Leo, your solar sun is in your 11th house in Gemini, and the sun is in Gemini. Okay, the 11th house is ruled by Aquarius, which is your opposite sign, Leo. Its ruling planet is Uranus, and right now Uranus is in Taurus. So there's Uranus is a planet of change, upheaval, revolution, chaos, independence. So Leo, you're coming out of a chaotic period here now. Now, the 11th house represents hopes, wishes, and friendships. It also represents helping the less fortunate out, humanitarians. Now, Saturn is in Aquarius. So Saturn is tearing down that old foundation and putting you on a stronger, better foundation, okay? Out with the old, okay? Setting boundaries, okay? Learning to say no. Stop trying to be a people pleaser, okay? So Saturn transiting Aquarius will be there for 2.5 years. So it's going to affect Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra. And it's going to affect the opposite sign, which is Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. Okay? So in your 11th house, friends, hopes, and wishes, you lost a good friend, Leo. Why did you do that? You took and took from these people. These people were there for you. They helped you. And any assistance. And then you lied to them. You lied. And Leo, you had feelings for these people, and they had feelings for you. They accept you as you were. But you just took and took, and they didn't have any more to give you. So they separate themselves from you. Now you're having bad nightmares. You can't sleep. You regret this. And you won't even go back and try to communicate with the person. But I feel that there's no going back here. These people have left you because you disappointed them. When you needed them, when they needed you at the most, you lied about it. You wasn't there. And that hurt these people. So they're finished with you. Now some of you are reaping bad karma. This is what you put out. It's coming back. When someone is in any relationship or partnership, you must give and to receive. It's a fair exchange. It's no robbery. But some of you Leos robbed these people, and they were tired of it, and they let you go. For some of you Leos who were there and did what they're supposed to do, you're getting your rewards. Okay? Now, some of you that was in a love relationship, you like this person and they like you and they thought the world of you, but you was emotional cold. Aquarius people can be emotional cold too. They will help everybody from the outside. But when it comes to helping someone that cares for them, they'll make maybe on the list as the 100th person. So now you're disappointed. You can't sleep, you can't eat. Things are not going as well as your career and everything. This is what karma is, a cause and effect. Okay? If you got out good, it's coming back in rewards. And bad is coming back to you in circumstances that is really not good. Okay? So Leo, your solar sun is transiting your 11th house. And you need to learn how to communicate with your friends who are there to help you. And you're not there to help them. So maybe you have a chance if you ask for forgiveness. But even if you ask for forgiveness, it's going to be a distance here now for some of you. Some of you are communicating well, so the friendship is going to get better. The relationships, some of you, when Venus leaves Gemini retrograding, you finish with it. It's nothing coming back to help you in those matters. Okay? Now, the stone I need you to carry with you to help you, because I see a lot of stress with some of you, Leo. It's a dark blue, like a navy blue, and some white in it. It's called Lazarus. I want you to carry this around with you to help you to heal, to relieve the stress that you have in your life. Okay? And to some of you, this could bring reconciliation, and some of you, it's not. So I need you to heal, bring stress, and communicate. If you're going to communicate with this person, speak from your fifth chakra the truth in a diplomatic way. Some of you are using that Leo negative aspect of arrogance. You think that someone owes you something. No one owes you something. So you can use it to heal, to help your develop your lower blood pressure. I feel some of your blood pressure is up because Leo rules the heart and the blood. Okay, so you need to take care of your health. You're stressing yourself out. What's going to be is going to be, and what's done is done. And you can get these stones on my website, which is readingsbyleonardtmunson.net. Okay? Now, your tarot card, this is a negative. This is a challenge. So you're going to have to turn this around to challenge this card. This is 7. 7 deals with Libra. Libra deals with, it's a air sign, but deals with balance. So you need to bring a balance in your life, Leo. Things are unbalanced. 7 deals with balancing all relationships and partnerships. It also deals with balancing things in a legal sense. It also deals with open enemies. You're seeing who your open enemies are. And also deal with the house of blessings, being a using diplomacy and being a diplomat. It also deals with decisions and indecision. Some of you are sitting on the fence and not making a decision. And even though you don't make a decision, that is still a decision. It also deals with the house of others, how you affect other people. And some of you have some legal situations around you. So that is going to be resolved. And since Pentacles represents money, finances, and materialistic things. So it deals with using your higher mind by using your gifts and your talents. It also deals with messages and paperwork going back and forth across your desk. It deals with earth signs. Earth signs you need to get anchored, Leo. Okay? We deal with Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. And your karma card, Leo, is in the third house. You need to communicate more effectively and more using diplomacy and be more diplomat. You have not done this in the past. So your soul sun is transiting your 11th house in Gemini, while the sun is in Gemini, will deal with communication. I also feel that some of you are having headaches, issues with your shoulders, your arms, your hands, and your eyes, and the nervous system and the lungs. Okay, I need you to get this checked out. So the spiritual part of this, your ideas. Some of your ideas is outmoded, and the way you communicate is outmoded because it's selfish, it's not being directed in a diplomatic way and have caring. Okay? The medical part of this is your short-term thinking and trips. Some of you need to change the scenery. Take a drive to another county or something, and where you can think better. Some of you need to walk to clear your mind and your head. Now, in the physical aspect of this karma card, who and what is around you. Pay attention to who and what is around you. If they are there for your higher good, encourage them to be in your life. If they are there but not for your highest good, release them. Okay, Leo? Okay, the next sign is Virgo. Excuse me? Okay. Virgo, your solar sun is transiting your 10th house in Gemini. The 10th house is Capricorn. Okay, the Capricorn represents government, corporation, institutions of all kinds. It also represents career, employment, success, and moving up the ladder. Okay? So with your 10th, your solar sun transiting your 10th house in Gemini, which is your fellow sign ruled by the same planet. Gemini is ruled by Mercury, and you are ruled by Mercury, Virgo. Your emphasis is on your career. I see some of you are taking some additional training for a move on your job or promotion. Some of you are going back to school to learn something new that has to do with the mind, thinking, something to do with being analytical, something to do with figures, something to do with diet, something to do with being more methodical in your way and more concerned and dealing with details. So these are the careers that I feel that you're here to, or if you're in these careers, you are getting additional information or additional training for that. Now, Virgo is the earth sign, so it deals the 6th house, which deals with health, work, and service to others. So I see some of you dealing in industries or career that has to do with health. And health, either directly or indirectly, and have to do with something that deal with the earth. So the earth represents industry that deals with housing, building, or anything that is a product of building, that things come from the earth. So it could be food industry that you're investing in and also working in. It could be an industry that deals with structures, about building homes, the buildings, the wood, the material, all of that. I feel that these are careers that you are enhancing and that you're going to get more involved or take some additional training of doing. Okay, anything to do with dealing with the house, air condition, heating industry, windows, electrician, lighting, anything in these areas. I feel that there's a look at where you want to get involved in. Okay, a Virgo, again, Virgo, your rule, your small intestines. What is your solar plex? So I feel that some of you are having issues there because that is blocked, and that you need to deal with things that's going to help you to unblock that. Now, our solar plex are areas that we keep things in that deals with hate, disagreement, fear, disappointment. So that is blocked. So you need to open that up. I need you to get some organic castor oil, heat that, and massage that areas so you can heal and let that go. Because if you don't, I see some problems in that area that deals with your immune system. And at this time, we need our immune system strong with this COVID-19 coming about, okay? To help that in a sense. And then your ruling planet is Mercury, which deals with the lungs. And this stuff attacks the lungs. So we need to strengthen our lungs through meditation and breathing exercise, okay? We need to get out there in nature and breathe in more oxygen, okay? So I feel that some of your oxygen level in your blood is wrong. I also feel that some of you are coming into being who you are. In other words, some of you are coming out of the sense of a closet. Now, some of you might be gay and decide to come out the closet, or coming out of an inhibition that you've been holding yourself and not coming out as who you are. So I feel you're coming out in a sense of being who you are because you're beginning to accept who you are and ignoring people who are not accepting you. So it's a sense that, like the song said, Donna Ross said, I'm coming out. It's not just because you're coming out because you're gay. You're coming out for being your authentic self. Okay, Virgo? And some of you need to stop playing these mind games and big liars. You need to stop this. That's the shadow side. Speak your truth from your fifth chakra in a diplomatic way, and your presentation. Using that diplomatic way of speaking your truth from your fifth chakra and the way you present it. If you present it in a calm, decent way, then the person or who you are speaking to can see your point of view. But if you come, oh, hey, I'm gonna tell you this, let me tell you this, no good. Hey, let me tell you this. So it's going to come back the same way that you're addressing it to them. Okay? So your solar sun is transiting your 10th house in Gemini, and the sun is in Gemini. Again, a communication. Stop being a people pleaser and stop worrying about people, what they think. Don't ever think low of yourself and what other people think of you, because other people are trying to project their own insecurities on you because they don't have the strength of being their own authentic self. Now, the stone I need you to carry with you when the month of your solar sun transiting the 10th house in Gemini, while the sun is in Gemini, is the carnelian. This is the orange stone. Okay. I also pick up that some of you are having some sex issues here. So you need to check that out. If you're smoking a lot, doing a lot of drinking, if you're taking a lot of prescription drugs or the drugs from the street, this will cause sex issues in that area, that you can get aroused. You're not getting the pleasure from it, okay? So I need you to rub these in that area, get that organic castor oil, heat it up, and heat this up and rub in that area because there's a blockage there. And that's your that's your second chakra. Okay? So I need you to carry this around with you to help you with your career. This is called a carnelian. Now, many of these crystals and tumble stones have many meanings and many purposes. So this will help you to draw prosperity towards you for these career changes that you're trying to make. Remember that you just came out of that session with Saturn being in Capricorn and your earth sign, Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus. So if you have learned the lessons and let go of that old structure and now building yourself on a better structure, things are going to move smoothly for you. But if you didn't pay and heed the lessons that Saturn was trying to teach you, then there's going to be some issues. Okay, so I need you to carry this stone. A carnelian is an orange stone, and you can get these stones from my website, which is readingsbyleonardtmunson.net. Now I'm going to your tarot card for the month. This is 5 of Pentacles. 5 represents the 5th house of the zodiac, which deals with creativity. It deals with Leo. It deals with matters of the heart. It deals with self. And it deals with instabilities in these areas. But now that instability is gone. So there's movement and change in message. Now, if you see this tree here, tree represents earth. So it represents growth, prosperity, and good health. Pentacles represents money, materialistic things, and finance. And also deals with using your higher mind in these issues that have something to do with your gifts and your talents that you can make money by. It also deals with paperwork and messages going back and forth across your desk about these issues. And it deals with earth signs, which is Virgo, Capricorn, Taurus, so it deals with you. So there's growth here and money. And you see the man is wondering, what do I do with this money? Save some, buy the things you need, invest some. Some of you need a trip. You need a change of scenery. Take a trip. If it's by road, I don't know if you want to go by plane with all this COVID-19 going on, but get out of the environment and get a different change of scenery. Okay? Now, your karma card, Virgo, is in the 7th house. So there needs to be a balance in all relationship and partnerships. And now you're going to be aware of your open enemies, spiritual blessings. Use diplomacy and be a diplomat at getting what you want by speaking your truth from the 5th chakra. Also deals with decisions and indecisions. Make the decisions after you weigh everything and balance it out. If you don't make a decision, it's also you're making a decision not to make it. It deals with the house of others and consider other people's feelings in any situations. Okay? And if you have any legal situation affecting you, then it's going to benefit you. Okay? So spiritually is asking you to balance what I just said out. Mentally is asking you to be in a cooperation, be in a cooperative with those people that is helping you. And physically, in your partnerships and relationships. Some of these friendships and partnerships are on the brink of fading away because you're running your mouth and you're not keeping your promises. Okay? Oh, I hope you enjoy that, Virgo. And the next sign will be Libra. Excuse me. Libra. Libra, your solar sun is transiting your 9th house in Gemini, and the sun is in Gemini. Okay? So, your solar sun is transiting your 9th house in Gemini. The 9th house is ruled by Sagittarius. Its ruling planet is Jupiter. Okay? That is the opposite sign of Gemini. Okay? So, you want to communicate in things that you want to do. I feel that some of you want to go back to school and get higher education. I see some of you are interested in law, and particularly international law. Or there's some legal issues here that you need to do some research in and to come up with a solution to present your legal argument. And Libra represents the law, the balance. The justice card in the tarot deck. Justice is not concerned about what is being done or who is being done to, but what is being done. Okay. So the ninth house deals with universal truth. Universal truth. It also deals with just 1 minute. My battery is going low here. So let me just plug this in. Let's give me a break here for a minute. Okay. Universal truth, the higher level of truth. It deals with mysticism, dreams, philosophy. It deals with foreign cultures, international travel. It also deals with learning a new language. So I see some of you are learning a new language. Okay. Now this is going to help your career and it's going to help you to communicate better. Libra. Some of you it also deals with speculation, gambling, competitiveness. So all this is all in the ninth house, Libra, that you're interested in and balancing it out. Okay. Now, again, Saturn is now transferring Aquarius. I've been there for 2.5 years. Saturn represents building that old foundation down. It represents father image. It represents father time. It represents corporations and organizations, and it represents corporations and government. It also represents setting boundaries, learning to say no. It also represents father time. It also represents karma. So if any negative stuff is done, when Saturn goes to a sun sign, it's going to bring, if it's rewards, consequences. Okay? So this is going to affect all air signs, Libra, Gemini, and Aquarius, and its opposite sign of Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo. So I see you're learning more things. You're getting a better, higher education or higher understanding of how the world works around you and your purpose in this world. It's tearing down that old foundation, the things that's outmoded. Okay. And when Saturn's in the sun sign, it also represents during that 2.5 years, you're going to lose friends, relatives, people, places, or things that is not for your higher good. For relatives, you're going to lose people that were very close to you or someone that was very fond that you'll find out through transitioning from the physical form to the spiritual form. But you're only losing them because physically they're going, but spiritually they are still living in the spiritual form. So again, a Gemini, your solar sign in your ninth house in Gemini, you need to communicate better. You can't just blurt out something. You have to be concerned about words. Now, if I slap you in your face, that sting is going to leave. But you say something to me that's hurtful, then every time I see you, I'm going to remember that. So remember, words can lift you up. It can put you down. It can encourage you. It can make you laugh. And it can make you cry. So be aware when you speak. Think about it. Do I want to hurt this person by giving a word out to them that I really don't mean? Because Sagittarius has a way of saying things that other people won't say. Again, you can speak your truth from the fifth chakra, but Libra, you must beware of how that's going to affect other people. If you come with honey, then people are gonna come to you. If you come with vinegar, I don't want to be all with them. So Libra, you need to balance everything out in all your relationships and your partnerships because it can be very negative in that sense of helping you come off as a positive person. Now, Sagittarius people are very intuitive and they're very blessed. Jupiter, their ruling planet, is the largest planet in our solar system. So it's a planet of growth, new opportunity, blessing, wealth, truth, and karma. So when you have a lot of blessing, use it right. Don't use it wrong because you're going to run out of gas. By using it right, then your gas tank is going to get filled up more and more. When you use it wrong, it's going to deplete itself quickly, and you might be stranded on the road. So Libra, your solar sun is in your 9th house. So take those chances. Jupiter is there to help you, but don't be delaying it because the opportunities are going to move out of the way and you're going to lose these opportunities. So the crystal that I want you to carry with you while the sun is in Gemini is the clear quartz crystal. This will help you to bring those new opportunities to you, these blessings. And I need you to help you balance these things out. Because Libra has a tend to be self-serving. So we don't want that. We want to serve ourselves and others in everything we do. We don't want to be sitting on the fence. I feel that some of you have been sitting on the fence about relationships. You won't make the move. And so if you won't make the move to a commitment, then that commitment is going to dissolve. And those who are not in relationships with Venus retrograding, which is the ruling planet of you have to sit tight before you dissolve this relationship. And you have to sit tight before you make a commitment in any new relationships coming your way. For those who are in a relationship, see what's going wrong. Let's sit down, compromise, and balance this out. So you need to get the clear quartz crystal to help you in this situation. Okay? Now, in your tarot card, Libra, for your solar sun transiting the sun in Gemini, it's the King of Wands. Kings represents motivation. So you have to motivate yourself. Or you want to be surrounded of other people who will motivate you. Some of you just talk a good game and ain't doing nothing. Okay? So, and some of you stop waiting around for people to assist you. You can start that by assisting yourself by doing what you need to do to make things move. Okay? So we have the King of Wands, and Wands represents growth, movement, change, and message and travel. What we talk about this with your solar sun in the 9th house and the sun in Gemini. So you're going to do some traveling to enhance you higher education or higher learning. Wands represents Leo, Sagittarius, and Aries. So your solar sun is in the 9th house. Okay, I see some of you reading a lot of books about other cultures and how the cultures work and how it affects you. Okay. Now, Wands represents action, initiation. It also represents look at the big picture, and also represents karma. Now, in your karma card, it's in the 9th house, is again with the Sagittarius. And the spiritual aspect of love, you got to have more spiritual values. So religion is part of the 9th house. So I see some of you are disbanding your belief in organized religion and moving more towards spiritualism. Okay? Now, mentally, if you're making a long range thinking or traveling. Again, that international traveling, or dealing with foreign cultures, or people from foreign cultures, learning how they operate. And the physical aspect of this karmic card, what is to be shared. So you're sharing what you're learning, and they're sharing what they're learning. So Libra, I hope you enjoy uh, your monthly astrological crystal overview for the uh, Sun in Gemini. Okay, so now we're going to move to Sagittarius. Mm. Hey, Sag, how you doing? Okay, Sag, your solar sun is in your seventh house. Again, here's Libra. Seventh house represents the Libra. Its ruling planet is Venus, and it's the balanced situations out. This is about all relationships and partnerships. It's also being aware of open enemies. It's also being aware of your, the house of spiritual blessings, the house of diplomacy, and being a diplomat. It's also aware of the house of decisions and indecisions, and the house of others. Be concerned of others when you interact with them and not selfish, because some Sag can be selfish. And legal situation is legal situation. So I feel there's some legal situations around you, Sag, that needs to be straightened out and dealt with. Okay, well, I skipped past Scorpio, I did Sagittarius. Okay, so Sag, your solar sun is in your seventh house while the sun is in Gemini. So it deals with relationships. There's been some strain on some relationships. Okay. Some relationship that you're committed to, a relationship, there's been some strain. There have been some dictatorial aspect about it. Giving too many orders and not thinking about the other person's feelings in this situation. Okay. Yeah. Situation. Okay. Blotting out things from your mouth. I know Sag represents dealing with saying things that other people won't say, but that's fine, Sag. But from your fifth chakra, in a diplomatic and positive way, and the presentation. If you do that in that way, then when you say these things, the other person or people will not be offended. Okay? Also, stop being a people pleaser. Take care of yourself. When you are the messenger, your job is to deliver the message and your situation is changed. Don't make their issues your issues, because they basically have to change their own situation. Okay? All right. I pick up some relationship with jobs. You're being overburdened. You're coming out of those situations. You're relieving some burdens that's on yourself that you did not want there. So I see a new position that's going to be less burden, because I feel you're doing 2 or 3 people's jobs. So that needs to be a balance there too. Okay. And these people are not concerned about you. They're only concerned about themselves. So there's a lot of stress here. And there's good stress and there's bad stress. So I feel that there needs to be a balance here in the stress. It's too much to the bad and less with the good. Because right now I'm getting headaches right here. I feel headache here. So this stress is bothering some headache here. And that's going to be stress and bring physical issues with issues with your heart and with blood pressure and maybe some blood clots. So we don't want that here, because right now I'm getting headache. I'm getting headache, and particularly on your left side, we deal with your masculine side of you. Okay. I mean, yeah, the right side deals with your feminine side. So there's a lot of stress on the masculine side. So it needs to be relieved here. So it needs to balance the relationship and communicate this balance by speaking it, thinking it, writing it, and projecting it. And you can project it through your physical body, because your body has body language here. So I feel some of you are projecting this in your physical aspect and your body language to bring things to into a balanced state. Okay. Some of you in committed relationships, there needs to be down and talk and compromise what you want to do and they want to do and give freedom. I feel there's two more dictatorial stuff here, trying to be in control of the situation, and the partner is about to go bunker because they feel like they are being a prisoner. No one in a relationship should have to be in a prison, feel like a prisoner. Okay, for those who and then Venus, the seventh house ruler of Libra, is retrograde. So some of you are in relationships and you're making decision whether to stay or to leave. So let's wait until Venus a retrograde in Gemini leave, and let's make a decision that is benefit for both parties, okay? Those who are single, Sag, you're more concerned about your career and yourself and your health. Something is wrong here. I'm getting something about your feet. So some of you have problem with your feet, particularly your toes area. Maybe there's some circulation problems there too. Okay, now, Venus also deal with money. So your seventh house, there's some issues there with money that needs to be balanced. So money coming out, going out more, and less coming in. So there needs to be a balance there with this money and buying things that's not what you need. It's just out of comfort. So I see some of you are shopping because you're unhappy. And then you're going to wind up taking this stuff back. And then that's going to create some issues if you're in a committed relationship, because some of this money should be going to other things of getting out of debt and not increasing debt. So I need you to carry the labradorite. I guess I'm pronouncing this right. And this is like a gray and green stone. Labradorite. 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 This is this stone. Okay, so I want you to carry this with you to keep you balanced, Sag, with your solar sun in the seventh house while the sun is in Gemini. Okay, you need to keep a balance here in everything you do. So again, you can get these stones on my website. I sell them in a mini package. I sell them in a small, medium, and large. And it's a assortment of stones that you might need around you. Okay. Now, your tarot card for your solar sun transit, your seventh house in Gemini is 6. 6 deals with the sixth house, which is Virgo, which deals with health, work, and service. So then this represents harmony in those areas. Okay. And cups again represents emotions, what deals with issues of feelings, situations, and love. And this deals with water signs, what deal with Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. So there's going to be a balance in your emotions here, harmony. So balance and harmony is the same thing. And it's going to bring a solution to some outstanding issues that you have dealing with emotions and your feelings. Now, the karma card for this month is in Pisces, which also deals with emotions and feelings and love. It's a water sign. And also water signs deal with intuitiveness and psychic ability. So Sagittarius, I need you to trust that and your feelings. So the spiritual aspect of this karma card is spirituality to ultimate experience. The spirituality to ultimate experience. So again, trust your intuition and your feelings. Then the mental aspect of this, trusting your psychic knowledge of things. So that spirituality will bring you into that psychic ability to trust what you feel, what you see, and also in your dreams. And the physical aspect of this, resulting from the indecision of or about. Okay? All right, Sag, I hope you enjoyed your overall, monthly overall, and I see you in when the sun goes into Cancer. Okay, the next sign, which I'm sorry, I skipped, is Scorpio. You should have came before Sag. It's Scorpio. Okay. Scorpio, your solar sun is in your eighth house. The eighth house is ruled by Scorpio. It's Scorpio, and your ruling planet is Mars and Pluto. And there's some tension here with this because Mars is in Pisces and Pluto is still in Capricorn. So Pluto represents things that's hidden that needs to come to the surface. It also represents things that has been not dealt with. It also represents transformation and rebirth. So you're going into a period of transformation and rebirth. The eighth house deals with intimacy, shared resources, death and resurrection, rising from the ashes, and represents also transformation and birth and secrets. So a lot of secrets that you've been having, Scorpio, is coming out. But it's going to end it because it's emotional issues that's been hidden. And it goes back to your childhood. Things that affect you, that was done to you inadvertently. So it's a healing process, Scorpio. It's a process of relieving it, healing yourself, and realize that guilt that you've been carrying with you is not your guilt. It was not your fault that this was done to you. This was done by a damaged individual where this was done to them. And some of this could be karmatic, generational karma, or could be past life karma, and it has to heal. So it's an ending of this to heal yourself, to take that burden of that guilt that you did something wrong for this to happen to you. This is the time to rise, to bring a death to it, an ending to it, and rise from the ashes like the great speak. Okay? And this deals with the emotional issues. And this emotional issues is affecting your, if you're in a committed relationship, it's affecting that relationship. It's distancing yourself from this relationship because you're holding this burden upon you. And this also could bring in some sort of addiction, drugs, alcohol, sex, workaholic, any kind of addiction that you're trying to sensitize yourself because you won't address this issue that is not yours. So this is the time to let it go and heal and move forward. And we want this to help each other. For those who are not, for those who are in a relation that are thinking about leaving relationship, some of you are going to stay. I remind you that Venus is retrograding, so it's affecting love and money. So these also could have something to do with money issues that goes back to your childhood. So if you're going to leave a relationship, wait until Venus goes direct and see what you miss, what the details you miss, or what got past you real quickly. Those who are not in a relationship, you're not really concerned, but about your own emotional health now. So you're retreating back to the pain and suffering that was caused in your childhood that was not yours. And you're going to address it and heal and lift that burden off of you that is no longer in your life. And if you're having any addictive problem, you're going to get help through a counselor, a therapist, a psychiatrist, or a psychologist. Okay? Now, the stone that I want you to carry around for you at this time in your life, or your solar sun in Gemini in the eighth house, is selenite. This is like a clear stone. I want you to carry this around to help you heal from this burden and emotional pain that you've been having. If you heal yourself, you'll be free. You'll be a different person because You have taken the burden off you that was not yours anyway. Now you can get these stones on my website, and I sell them in a mini pack, a small, medium, large. It will be an assortment of stones or crystals. Okay? And also, some of you are having issues with your bones. I need some of you to get vitamin C supplement with magnesium. And I need you to get out in the sunlight to get that vitamin C. With this COVID-19, we've been in the house and we're having lack of vitamin D. So we need to get out there and take supplement with vitamin D with magnesium and get more sunlight. 15 minutes in the sunlight will give us 5,000 BTU of vitamin D that we need daily. Okay? Now your tarot card for the month is 6. 6 represents the 6th house, which is Virgo, which deals with health, work, and service to others. So these health issues that some of you have been having, it will bring harmony into that area. And any issues you're having with work will bring harmony into that. And some of you are working in service industry, directly or indirectly. That will help you too. Because I pick up a lot of stress here. Now, Wands represents growth, movement, change, and messages. It also travel. So some of you might be doing some traveling to change the scenery, to clear your mind. Okay? Some of you are walking. Okay, walking will clear your mind and help you to think. So don't always walk the same direction. Do a different change of a direction, a change of scenery. Okay? And walking will lose weight. I feel that some of you here's this diet here, needs to lose weight because this is going to affect your health in the long run. Okay? Wands represents fire signs, which is Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo. And Wands represents action, initiation. But look at the big picture. And also represents karma. Okay? Now, in your karma card, with your solar sign in the 8th house and the sun in Gemini, is Saturn. You just came out of a period of growth. Saturn represents tearing that old foundation down and putting you on a stronger, better foundation. Setting boundaries. It deals with father images. It deals with corporations, government. So some of you might be working in a corporate aspect and in government. It also feels that father time. It also deals with karma. So if you learn the lesson when Saturn was in your sign, change is coming about. Okay, now in the spiritual aspect, the maturity that brings. So this brought some maturity to you. Some of you had to grow up and face reality and not this fantasy stuff that you were in. Now, the mental part of it, caution regarding. Some of you had to use caution regarding everything in your life. And the physical aspect of this, Scorpio, to the limits that was imposed upon you when Saturn was in your sign. Saturn puts limits and restrictions. So there were some limits and restrictions during that 2.5 years. But now it has left, and those limits and restrictions have been lifted and put you on a better, stronger foundation. Okay, Scorpio, I hope you enjoyed that. And I hope you take the heed to take care of your health. Now, the next sign is Capricorn. Capricorn, your solar sign is in your 6th house, which is Virgo. Okay, while the sun is in Gemini. Your 6th house is ruled by Virgo, which deals with health. So there's some health issues, or you're concerned about health issues in your life. Okay, so the 6th house is ruled by Mercury, and Mercury is the ruling planet of Gemini, and the sun is in Gemini. and Virgo is ruled by Gemini. Virgo is the earth sign, and Gemini is the air sign. So you need to anchor yourself while your solar sun is transiting your sixth house in Gemini that has concern about your health. So there's health issues that you're concerned about, and you need to address it. I feel that some of you have been putting this off, prolonging it. And when you're having a health issue, you must be in tune to your body. Your body is giving you warnings. This area is not working properly. So when one area is out of balance, it affects the whole anatomy. And so that becomes out of balance too. Okay? So you need to address any health issues that you're having with your solar sun in the sixth house and the sun in Gemini. So that means getting tests for it, going to your primary doctor, having them set up appointments for referrals to a professional. Now, some of these health issues could just be overstraining yourself, overstressing yourself. But if it persists more than 2 weeks, then something is wrong. You have to be in tune to your body and listen to your body. It's telling you that something is wrong. It's like looking at the gas tank and seeing it's out, almost out of gas, and ignoring it, and then gas is out and passing by the gas station, and you're stuck on the road. So you have to call someone else, if you have road service, to come to get you gas. Or if you're in close proximity to a gas station, have a gas reciprocal in your car, you have to walk to get there. So this is what your body is telling you. Something is wrong over here, or this is problem with the car, okay? And if it's continuing to act up, then you go to a mechanic. So your mechanic is your primary doctor. If you go to him and he gives you medicine and it still persists, you go back to him and tell him that you want him to give you a referral to a specialist that's connected with this area where they will take tests and find the root of the cause. And if you're not satisfied and they're giving you a bad experience, then go get a second or third opinion until they find out what is causing it. Because if he's sending you, giving you this medicine, sending you to this specialist, and you're still having the problem, then it's still there. And we want to get these problems in this infant state before it explode into something more serious. And we become incapacitated. And then we have to go in for operation, what can be avoided, or take more drugs that give us more side effects and more toxicity to our system. So, Virgo, you're concerned about this. Okay, I mean, Capricorn, you're concerned about this, and some you Capricorns can be stubborn. You won't listen, but you better listen to your body when it's telling you that something is wrong. Okay. All right. And some of you need to not just go to the doctor when something is bothering you. You need to go to the doctor when there is an issue there with it. And you need to go annually and get a physical checkup and have blood work. So if these issues are still in the infant state, it can be resolved. Okay. Some of you need to go and make an appointment for a dentist to check out your teeth and floss and brush every day, and also get us cleaning twice a year. Because when that plaque builds up, it affects your body and could be infection that can cause issues. So you're concerned with your solar sun transiting your sixth house while the sun is in Gemini is your health. I feel that those who are going to have it checked out and go to a specialist, it can be resolved through some form of medication. And if these traditional doctors are not helping you, then you need to see an alternative way, an herbalist, a holistic doctor, or a naturopath. I prefer you to go to these first to treat you with natural aspects of herbs and things, and not with the chemicals, because the chemicals have a lot of side effects And they do not solve the issue. They just smother the issue and it resurfaces again. Okay. Okay. With Venus retrograding, some of you are in a committed relationship, and there's some strain there that's causing stress that could be causing this issue. So it's good stress and bad stress. So you need to relieve this stress from your body by exercising, changing your diet, uh, meditation, yoga, or taking a walk. Some of you are overweight to lose this situation. And this stress is affecting you at this time. And we don't want any of you to have any underlying conditions that this C19 could have a foothold in you. Some of you are not in a relationship. I suggest you to spend time on yourself and recharge yourself and learn more about yourself. And with Venus retrograding, once it goes retrograding, you can be interested in someone new. But I would not make any committed relationship if you're not in a relationship at this time. Now, the stone that I want you to carry at this time is called black onyx. Again, these stones and crystals have many meanings and purposes. Black onyx, I want you to carry this with you to help you with your health issues and to address the real cause of this health issue, Capricorn. I feel some of you can't sleep. Some of you are overthinking, and sleep is important. But when you cannot sleep, this is your ancestors, your guardian angels, and your spiritual guides want to address some issues that they want to tell you. So I want you to get on the side of the bed, ground your feet on the floor, breathe deep breaths 3 times, and let them speak. So whatever comes into your mind, these are the downloads they want you to hear. They will not leave you alone until you listen to what they say. Again, I feel some of you are having problems, issues with your feet. The shoes you need are not working, or the slinks. You need to have arch support and the right shoes if you're jogging and walking. So I need you to get some organic castor oil, heat it, and heat this and rub this on your feet. Okay? Now, in your tarot card, with your solar sun transiting your 6th house, it's 9 of Wands. 9 represents letting go, cutting losses, realization, and an ending of a cycle, beginning of another cycle. So if you follow what we just mentioned about the health issue, this cycle will end and then your health will improve. Wands represent growth, movement, change, and messages and travel. Some of you need to take a break, a change of scenery. 9 represents international travel. So some of you need to travel outside the country, but be careful with this COVID-19 all over the world. Wands represents Sagittarius, Aries, and Leo, fire sign. It represents initiation. It represents action. Okay? Also look at the big picture, and it also represents karma. Your karma card with your solar sun transiting your 6th house in Gemini is in Leo, which just represents wands, represents action, initiation. Okay? Being a leader, leadership, growth, movement, change, and messages. Okay, the spirituality, self-confidence to create. Some of you having less confidence. Get that self-confidence up so you can create solution to this health issue that you're having in your solar sun transit in your 6th house in Gemini. The mental aspect, taking a change. What is this? Taking a change? Talking a change. So talking a change about what you need to do to stop these health issues that you're having. And the physical part of it, resulting from the impressiveness. And when you do take that change, the physical part, you're going to see result and the impressiveness that you're going to have on yourself and other people. Okay, Capricorn. All right. Now, our next sign will be Aquarius. Okay, Aquarius, your solar sun is in your fifth house in the in Gemini, and it deals with self. Okay, the fifth house is the sign of Leo. Leo is ruled by the sun. The sun is everything we need to sustain us on this planet. It gives us the food, the warmth, the growth. Without that sun, we as humans, all the animals cannot exist. So the sun is the center of our universe. The sun is the source of the divine source. Okay? So, self. The fifth house represents creativity, children, matters of the heart, self, leaderships, moral principles. It represents law, the judge. It represents arts and uh, entertainment. So, Aquarius, this is the time to be creative. This is the time to look out for self. This is time to reconnect with that innocent child and be like a child. Be young at heart, jump, scream, like a child. Explore the possibilities that you have not explored before and the things that's behind the scenes. Okay, so I see Aquarius, you're going to be very creative with your solar sun transiting your fifth house. And more creative with children things. I see you're getting in more activities with children, or more creative with things about children, more things about entertaining children and seeing the wonder of their exploration of learning new things by touching, feeling, seeing, and not having fear. Okay? They don't know fear. They don't know anger. They don't know discrimination. They don't know racism. They see everyone as children. So this is how you are seeing things with your solar sun in the fifth house while the sun is in Gemini. So light that spark. It's like a firecracker. Light it and let it explode with your creativity. Let's write about something about your childhood. Let's paint something about your childhood. Let's create or choreograph a dance routine that you thought about and is related to your childhood. Let's redecorate the house the way you want it with a fabulous, bright, vibrant colors and soft pastel colors that brings the calmness, the excitement, and loving. Okay, so Aquarius, you rule the 11th house, which deals with friendships, hopes, and wishes, and things to do with humanitarian. So let's create by joining an organization that's helping people in humanity efforts. Let's get out there and demonstrate our feelings about racism and systemic racism and Black Lives Matter and in this mess that will create all lives matter. Let's be a leader in this field. So I see all this creativity coming in about, not just for you, but for your children's, your friends' children, and humanitarian children and grandchildren that's going to come before you. So let's leave a legacy of creativity connected with children, with corrected to self. And then matters of the heart, to love yourself more. You can't love someone else if you don't love yourself. So love yourself and treat yourself just as the same as you want to treat someone else. Okay, and communicate that with the sun in Gemini. It represents communication. Stand up and speak when you see something wrong or someone is being treated wrong. So this is what it is. It's telling you about self. Okay, and be a leader in that field. And you're in a committed relationship. Okay, so have more concern about yourself and that committed relationship of that person, their self. What is their dreams, their creativity, their aspiration? Do we march together? Let's make signs to give out to the people to project how they feel in writing, okay? Or speak it, or do some research and put online about what has been going on with people dealing with creativity, okay? All right, and those is not in a relationship. I've and with Venus retrograding in Gemini, I deal with love and money, and put your money where your mouth is at. You know, put your love where your mouth is at, and not just speak it, but action. Put something in it that will bring it into fruition. Okay. Those are not in committed relationship. When Venus leave, you'll find a relationship. Okay. But you have to be creative about it, and you have to listen. It's a art to listening and an art to speaking and hearing. So the stone I want you to carry for you in the sign, you show the sun transiting your fifth house, which deals with self. It deals with amethyst. This will bring a calmness to you. This will help you to bring more loving to yourself and to other people's self. This also brings more creativity and to children issues, to matters of the heart, to leadership, to morals and principle. So this is a purple stone. Now these stones have many meanings and purposes. So again, you can get these stones on my website, which is readingsbyleonardtmunson.net. Okay, and this also has to do with the sign of Taurus. So start speaking your truth. So some of your fifth chakra is blocked. So I need you to get some organic castor oil, heat this up, and massage this chakra so you can speak your truth in a diplomatic way. And your presentation will be like honey drawing flies, not like vinegar draw drawing honey, drawing bees, and not vinegar drawing flies. Okay, and your presentation, set boundaries, say no, stop being a people pleaser, and stop worrying about what people feel and think about you. Love yourself first, because that love in yourself is the extension of the divine source loving you, and so you can love yourself and love everyone else in humanity. Okay, your karma, your tarot card for the month, your solar sun transit in your fifth house is the Knave of Wands. Information, gathering information, recording information, doing things that you need to grow and to bring things into fruition. Okay, wands represents fire sign, and in your fifth house, your solar sun is in your fifth house, while it's in the sun, while it's in Gemini, the sun is in Gemini, so it deals with Leo, Sagittarius, Aries. It deals with growth, movement, change in messages, and travel. Again, I see some travel, some short distance travel, something to relieve your stress in your life, okay? And it deals with initiate action, but it says look at the big picture and karma. Now, your karma card is the first house, which deals with wands, which deals with Aries, okay? All right, so it deals with initiate, renew, action. It deals with spiritually, do it immediately. Mentally, it deals with the way you project yourself. Do it immediately and the way you project yourself mentally. And physically, it deals with do it and do it on your own. Self is you. You have to get yourself together before you can get anyone else together. So, Aquarius, I hope you enjoy that. And the next sign and final sign is Pisces. Pisces, your solar sun is translating your fourth house while the sun is in Gemini. The fourth house represents Cancer. So that's a fellow water sign of yours. And it represents, oh, I see some nervousness here, some stress. You're nervous about something. So it represents Cancer. Cancer is a water sign along with Pisces, and it deals with emotions. So the emotional water signs are Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio. Okay. And the fourth house deals with the home, family, security, and issues about the home. And the fourth house deal with women. So women issues are women in your life. You're concerned about the issues that they're having, Pisces. Okay, the fourth house, your solar sun is transiting your fourth house in Gemini, and it deals with emotions. It deals with your psychic ability, your intuitiveness is working overtime. And everything you're feeling and picking up is occurring. And this is also that psychic ability that's occurring in your dream world. It's sending you messages. That is what's happened on the spiritual plane that will happen in the physical plane, which is the last plane for it to come into. Okay. And it also deals with Cancer represents letting go. So healing yourself and letting go of old emotional issues that has been holding you back. Okay. Now, Pisces, you deal with the 12th house will deal with things that deal secret enemies. So now you're seeing who your enemies are, and now you're letting them go. And these enemies could affect some things of emotional issues that affect you in your family, your home, and your children, and the security. So you're letting it go. I also feel that some of you Pisces have been through a long period of stagnation of trying to move from one point to another. And now you have made a major move. And this move have dealt with breaking up in a relationship, leaving an old job that's been so stressful, and things that's been plaguing you. I see a change coming about. That's because Saturn has left Capricorn, and Saturn was affecting the Cancer, Pisces, and Scorpio, and Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. So if you have learned the lesson that Capricorn has taught you, now you're going to see the rewards. So I see that some of you are beginning to see the rewards, and that you're letting go of things emotionally that's been holding on to you. I see some of you are redecorating your home, renovating your home, buying new furniture, throwing out things, and uncluttering your home. Because when your home is cluttered, your mind is cluttered. You're unfocused. You're not thinking, and you're not thinking right. So I see a lot of that's happening and being changed away. I see some of you having a more positive attitude, more self-esteem and self-confidence, and you see things now slowing to move into the way that you want to move. And I also pick up things about faith. Your faith has brought you through a lot of this stuff in the last 2.5 years when Saturn was transiting Capricorn. And this was affecting all water signs and all earth signs. So I see that faith, your bit was tested. Some of you wonder why you had to go through. These are the lessons that you had to learn, that your faith is stronger. Okay? And because of you kept that faith in the divine source, he's bringing you these rewards. I see some of you leaving a smaller area of apartment to a home. So I see you buying a home. I also see some of you selling a home and downsizing. Okay. I also see some of you going to get a new car. I see some of you having a new car. This is a prediction before this year is out. I see money issues being resolved. I also see any legal situation being resolved too. I see you having a better relationship with money, knowing how to use it. So I see a balance here, Pisces, with that. Okay, Pisces also represents behind the scenes, institution of all kinds and corporation, but more particularly of healing energy. I see some of you are really getting to face the fact that you need to have some healing and get therapy, counseling. uh, psychiatry or psychiatrist. So I see you beginning to accept these areas that you need to speak to someone to get it out of you and lift it out. So I see wonderful things happening for you with your solar sun and your fourth house connected with your home, family, security, and issues. And I see women issues are coming to the forefront now. So any women in your life, the issues that has been burdening them, it's going to be resolved. Now, the crystal that I asked you to carry with you is the pink quartz or the rose quartz. Okay, this has to do with the heart chakra. There's some issues there that needs to be healed. So I want you to get some castor oil, organic castor oil, heat it up, and heat this stone up and massage that heart chakra. And I want you to open up your heart. Call on Saint Michael to open up your heart to give out love and receive it. So I feel that some of you have been in relationships that the love was not given to you, or you didn't feel that you were getting your fair share. So I feel that that is going to be healed now. Some of you not in a relationship who left the relationship, your heart is healing, so the next relationship will not be burdened and irritating to you. Okay, your karma card for the month of your solar sun transit your fourth house in uh, Gemini is this card. This is the challenge which you turn to positivity. And this is the wheel of the native cups. This is a man. Cups represents emotions, emotional issues, and it represents love. And it also deals with Pisces, Cancers, and Scorpio. So it deals with an issue that you've been having with a man will be released. You're finally gotten over it. You might be writing a final letter to this person, telling them how you feel, or writing to someone how you felt about the treatment that you received from this person. And you're relieving this issue and healing yourself. Okay, and your karma card for your solar sun transiting the fourth house in Gemini is in Capricorn. The lessons that when Saturn learned was teaching you, that you learned when Saturn was in Capricorn, that affects all earth signs and Pisces and all water signs, your rewards are coming. And this reward could have been a new job or a change of a job or employment success and moving up the ladder connected with your career. Now, your spiritual aspect, dedicate to achieve. And this mental aspect represents focusing, dedicate to achieve to focusing on, and the physical aspect resulting from the rules imposed on you. So when Saturn was transiting Capricorn, there was limitations in the areas of employment success and moving up the ladder, tearing that old foundation, rebuilding on a stronger and better foundation. Okay? So you have learned the lessons and now you're beginning to get the rewards. Okay, I hope you all like the monthly astrological crystal overview for the sun in Gemini for all signs. And I see you when the sun goes into Cancer. Ciao. Whew.